Hi, welcome to another video. I thought I would visit Bodiam Castle. I did Harlech Castle when I was up in Wales, and someone had thrown a question out in terms of what is the size comparison between Bodiam Castle and Harlech Castle. So we'll find out today. Now, Bodiam Castle was built in 1300, so 1320 to 40. National Trust say it was completed 1385. And it was built by Sir Edward Dallingridge and his wife Elizabeth. Now, Elizabeth she was a member of a wealthy family and owned a lot of land on this estate. So, of course, in marrying into the wealth, Sir Edward, what do they call it, dowries? Anyway, they built the castle. Wonderful castle. And it's kind of that quintessential English castle that you would, if you asked a child, could you draw me a castle? Then they would draw something like this, not like Dover Castle, with its turrets on the corners, you know, and the keeps. So we'll investigate it when we go inside. Sir Edward had to get permission. I can't remember what king he was serving as a knight, but he had to get permission to have it built. Look at it, it's wonderful. It's got the moat and a quintessential English castle. But he had to get permission to get it built, so he used the premise of the 100 Years' War, which was, you know, going on at the time, as a kind of a pretext to say, well, look, we need to defend ourselves should the French, invade. And so he was given permission to build it, but it never actually saw any action, at least from invasion from the French. So it ended up becoming a stately home, more or less. It did see conflicts during the Civil War, the English Civil War, and I'm pretty sure we'll find some information on it when we go inside. So it's my intention just to go in, get up as many towers as I can, because I like going up towers. Look at that, isn't that amazing? One of the things I find fascinating about these old places is the graffiti that you can find when you get the inhabitants of previous generations and they've left their mark. So it'll be interesting to see what we can discover. 1385. What are we talking? 700-year-old? Wow, coats of arms up there. And a unicorn. Is my camera picking it up, or is it too dark? So it looks like once you go up, you can come back down. I've got to get my bearings now so that I can work out, because I think the Great Hall is there, the kitchen is there, and they would have had the living quarters all around. As I understand it, unlike a normal castle where you have the keep in the middle and the keep is protected by the kind of inner bailey, outer baileys, that kind of stuff, they built this castle with the courtyard in the middle, and all the accommodation and the halls and the kitchens and the bedrooms were all built on the outer perimeter. So actually you can see over there where the kitchen is, the outer wall of the building linking to the actual structure. I think in order to get the best light I need to be that side because the sun is in my eyes. So let's go down here and we'll start at the far end. We'll look at these walls, we'll go into some rooms, look for some graffiti, and climb up some towers. The there must have been a connection across here. Well, check out the fish. Is that a carp? Alright, first indications of graffiti. I do love looking at graffiti. Most of it's weathered away. Can you spot the oldest? It's even got murder holes, look. Sealed up now. Right, we'll do the tower in a minute. Let's go and have a look at the kitchen. "36 fireplaces apparently in this place. They're gearing an awful lot to families and children here. Not like Sudbury Hall, where there's no disco balls. Right, let's go up. Post and tower. I might speed this up. I thought I'd come to the first tower and go all the way to the top. We'll do the rooms in a minute as we go down. But from up here we get a great view of the courtyard and the surrounding chambers and rooms. Almost an aerial view. So clearly from here I'm seeing an entrance down there, so I can go up onto that tower. In fact, there's people there. And similarly on that side. I don't think we can get into the side towers on this side. Could be wrong. We'll find out in a minute. Look at that with the moat. Now that's Rother Valley, and I think that's the River Rother. It's a mouthful, the River Rother. Oh look, I can see my car from here. Over there is a little station. I think it's Bodiam Station, and it's part of the railway line that comes from Tenterden. Is it called the East Kent Railway? And goes all the way to Northiam that way. So you can get day tickets at Tenterden. I think I'm going to do it one time. Tenterden comes all the way through the Rother Valley, and you can get that. I think I might, as a bonus feature for this video, head over there afterwards and take a look. But for now, standing on the middle tower, I feel like the king, King Tudor. Look at this. They've got these, I wonder if these were built intentionally so that they could drop things on attackers. A great kitchen down there. Right, let's go down to the next floor. Speed it up till I get to the room. Just a room and a chamber. Very high ceiling. Fireplace and a window. 2 windows. Right, so let's go down again. The garderobe. Oh.
Watch out. There's more steps. There's more steps. Just wait
We're getting further and further down now. $1866. All right, let's take a pew. I think I'll take a moment just to look at the map, because you always get a map when you're at the National Trust. And take a view of what we've got. We've got bats in the belfry. Where am I? I'm sat just outside the Great Hall and the kitchen. We've been up Post and Tower. So to my right, we've got the anteroom, Lord and Ladies' apartments, the chamber, the chapel's in the far corner over there, household apartments, guard room, the servants' kitchen, the servants' hall, and the main kitchen. That whole area where the girl in pink is sat is where the guards would have been stationed. And as we come round, you've got the servants' kitchen, then the servants' hall, so that was their main eating area. The great kitchen is through here, which we've been in. The great hall behind me. Then you've got, what have you got that way? The anteroom. What's an anteroom? Do they have an uncle room? Then you've got the Lord and Ladies' apartments over there, followed by the chapel. The film room, there's a film room in there, we'll go and look at that in a minute. And then you've got the, what is that, the Northwest Tower, which we can climb up. It's quite peaceful sitting here, watching the world go by. As I'm sat on my throne. Right, let's go. Into the film room.
Yeah.
And here's the dragon.
Okay.
Here, like that.
Right, well, let's see what happens in this story, shall we? Dragons, normally, they capture princesses like this. And they maybe put them in a tower. And then a handsome knight comes galloping along.
I thought it was the film room, it was the story room. So we go to the North Tower, I think.
about bats is to look at the medieval texts that were in use then. So for example, Bodiam Castle has got a chapel. Christianity was a really important part of daily life in medieval England.
Population numbers have actually been really good for 2022.
Bats in the belfry, and they're probably up there, but we can't go up there. Anyway, back out into the servants' hall. So up on the northwest tower. So we did the postern tower, I can't even remember what it was, middle tower. We got this northern tower, northwest tower, and I think we can go across. If we drop down one flight of stairs, we can get inside there, so let's do that next. Yeah, apologies if I'm not giving too much historical information. I kind of thought it would be nice to do a video where you just get the vibe of the place. It's really lovely, very enchanting, and you do get a nice view of the courtyard from this tower. Let us go down and we'll cross the section there. Oh, ancient graffiti, and I couldn't even tell you what that is. A tooth with a nose and a mouth. Interesting. Something to be deciphered. Okay, so we come across this section where you've got these areas here for the archers. If that's what arrow sounds like when it's being fired. Oh, look at the shadow of the northwest turret on the water. That looks amazing. shadow of the castle. One more view of the courtyard, because I'm not sure I'll see it as I get into the next building. Because once we go through, I think we're finished. Okay, I have no intention of touching the bats. Where are they? Can we see any bats? I didn't see any. Did you see any? I'm on the hunt for bats, but we're not in a belfry. I still can't see any. What have we got here? This space is home to a maternity roost of Natura bats. Room is closed to prevent any disturbance of the bats. There are no bats. They've been disturbed. Can't go up there. No access. Here we go. Speed it up again. There we go, back where we started. Definitely worth a visit. National Trust member, so it doesn't cost me anything, but I think it's about £12 to get in. If you're not a member, I'll put it on the screen here for you. Now there's one other thing on this site, so as I'm walking out we'll go and visit it. Right, just round to the other side of the castle then. Tell you what was odd is coming down the steps on the towers. I think from my carpenter days there is a certain regulation of how many inches each step needs to be, which is 8 or 9 inches between each one. I could be wrong, I'll put it on the screen, but there is a regulation for step sizes. So my muscle memory expects every step to be that distance. So when you're coming down the tower and you go, you kind of expect the step to be there and it isn't. You know, and you get the steps are probably 10, 12 inches between a foot. It makes it hard climbing up as well. So as I said, it was built by Edward Dallingridge, 1385 completed, with the intention of protecting England against the French invasion, but it never actually saw any battle. Then, in the English Civil War, I believe it was also attacked. Either they were royalists and they were attacked by the Roundheads, or vice versa, but it's switched hands. And then in World War II they built this. Yep, we've got a pillbox straight out of the Home Guard, isn't it, defending against German invasion. Who doesn't love a pillbox, eh? Great to investigate, especially if they're well looked after. So I think we'll go inside this one, see what it's like. If you're interested in pillboxes, check out this video that I made. It's got a nice little ramp to go down. Mind your head. What I like to see. They've got the back wall, so as the troops are defending with their rifles, any shots coming in hit that wall and do not hit the soldiers on the other side. I see a plaque. Okay, there's no commentary. You can see they would have mounted a gun on here. So yeah, you got the River Rother. You could have had German barges coming up the river from Rye. And if you've seen the movie The Eagle Has Landed, it's actually a scene where they take the German torpedo boat up the river into wherever they land, Norfolk, somewhere up there. But yeah, the principle, we're on a river run, So should an MTB or a German U-boat come up, they would have been able to defend against it. Okay, that's it. Oh no, that's not it. I want to go and have a look at the station, don't I? I'm in two minds, because if the video is super long, then I'll do the video for the station in another video. But if the video is only 20 minutes, you know, after I've edited it, then I'll stick that little section on the end. So I'll either say now, thanks for watching and bearing with, and I'll see you in another video, or we'll get the other section.